Alright, for the third example, we're going to write the equation of the line parallel to 3x minus 2y equals 7 and passes to the point 4, negative 1. Now you might think this is very similar to the previous example, and it is, but it's not identical because the line that they have given us, the equation of the line they've given us, is not in slope-intercept form. So we can't look at it and tell immediately what the slope is. The first thing we have to do is we have to solve this equation for y. So that's the first thing we're going to do. 3x minus 2y equals 7. To solve for y, we need to isolate y, so we're going to subtract 3x. Now, I'm going to write this in mx plus b form, so it's a negative 3x and it's a positive 7. Alright, so I'm going to write it as negative 3x plus 7, and then I'm going to divide every term by negative 2. Now, I will go ahead and divide through, but the only important part here is the end. The y-intercepts are not the same. Negative divided by negative is a positive. And positive divided by a negative is a negative. So what we have is y equals 3 halves x minus 7 halves. Okay? So now that we can identify our slope, mx, of being 3 halves, we know the slope is 3 halves. The other thing we have to find is the y-intercept. So again, what we'll use y equals mx plus b. Remember, the x and the y represent an ordered pair on the line that we're writing the equation for. Passes to the points 4, negative 1. So we have negative 1 equals 3 halves times 4 plus b. So negative 1 equals 3 halves of 4. Half of 4 is 2. Times 3 is 6. So we're going to subtract 6, and we get a y-intercept of a negative 7. In order to check this one, we're going to do a couple things. We are going to graph our line, which we believe is y equals 3 halves x minus 7. We'll get it eventually here. There it is. It passes through the point 4, negative 1, which it does. That's fantastic. But we need to make sure that it's parallel to 3x minus 2y equals 7. So we can graph this without solving for y using this particular program. Couldn't do this on a graphing calculator. And when we do, we see that they're parallel. Now, to make sure that we have solved for this correctly, which we have to assume at this point now we've found the equation of the line. It satisfies all the criteria. But what you might also want to graph, and maybe you want to do this before you get to this point, to make sure you have solved for y correctly, go ahead. Having a little trouble this morning. X sub 2, that's interesting. Just get rid of that. 3 halves x minus 7 halves. There we go. You can see that it graphed the black line, y equals 3 halves x, right over the line 3x minus 2y equals 7, which it should, because that's what we believed it was when we solved for y, and that's how you're going to do the next two examples.